welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Hello crafters, welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today I'm going to be making a card using the Love from Lizi 2023 January card kit. It's called To the Moon and Back, and there's lots of fantastic product inside it. I'll leave links to the subscription for Love from Lizi, as well as Lizi's website where you can get lots of crafty goodies. I'll leave links to my unboxing of this kit, and I'm also going to leave links down below to Lizi's Facebook group where you can share your makes there, or you can share your makes as well on my Facebook group, which is called Your Cards and Crafts. So let's have a look at what we need to make this card. I have a piece of 12 by 6 cardstock here, and I've scored it at 3 and 6. I'm going to fold this over and I'm going to burnish the score lines. So we're going to have a 6 by 6 card base, and then this 3-inch score line is going to become a mountain fold. So I'm going to burnish those score lines so we get a nice crisp edge. And that then gives us our easel. So you can place anything on this panel as long as it fits a 6 by 6, because we want to put this into a 6 by 6 envelope. So I thought what I'd do is add a circular piece here. So I have a piece here, and this circle is die cut out using the nesting dies I have in my stash. These are Love from Lizi nesting dies, and I love using them. They're really good. They have a very tight edge between each die, so you can see there the die actually cuts on the edge, so it's easy to measure, and also it's only 1/8 of an inch between the two dies. So if you were to put two together to make a frame, it would only be 1/8 of an inch wide. So I love that about these dies, and they're ones I go to regularly in my stash. So I have die cut out this one, and it measures, let me see, the diameter is about 5 1/4. Now I've also die cut out a second one, and this one measures 5 inches. On the 5 1/4 one, I'm going to pop this on my card like so. So I'll center it there on our card, and I'll only glue it down on half of the card base, this half. I want to embellish this, and I have die cut out a heart using some dies again from my stash, and these are Love from Lizi dies. They're 4 nested heart dies. They are available as well in Lizi's website. So this heart is going to stick on here, and then I've taken one of the ephemera pieces. I've added some foam tape to the back, and I'm going to pop this up on my heart. I've also taken one of the little lash girls. I put some foam on her, and I'm going to add her onto the heart. I've taken one of my little hearts that I have cut out. I use the embossing folder. It's a cut and emboss folder that we got in the kit. So using some red cardstock, it cut out a load of little hearts for me, and I have some left over here. I have some purple ones and some gold ones there as well. So I've taken this little one, I've added a bit of foam tape on the back of that, and I'm going to put that here, so it'll be like the little girl is giving her love to the moon. Okay, so that's our front panel. Inside our card we need some pattern paper, etc. for that. Now I have 2 pieces of white cardstock, and these measure 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I'm going to place one inside here, and the other one will go on the back of this card, and I'll show you that in a minute. I've taken a piece of the pattern paper, and this measures 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it's going to nest in here. And then I'm going to take this die cut circle, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but both circles are embossed. I've just used a embossing folder from my stash because I didn't want to cut out any of the little hearts, so I didn't use the one that came in the kit. I'm going to pop this on here and they'll all be stuck down. I've taken one of the little ephemera pieces with the sentiment. It says, "You make my heart smile." Again, I've added some of the little red hearts that came out of the cut and emboss folder, and I'm going to pop that in the center here. I've added some foam tape behind this and I've doubled it up because this piece is what's going to allow our easel card to stand up like so. So where are we going to write our sentiment, Simone, you're asking? Well, I'll tell you where. We're going to put that on the back. This is the second piece of white cardstock that we cut out, which is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. On this, I've taken a little strip of my green cardstock and added it on here. It's about, I think it's half an inch. Yes, it's half an inch by 5 3/4. And then I took a piece of the patterned paper that we die cut out our heart from. And what I've done is I have cut that out a little, about the same size, about 3/4 of an inch wide by 5 3/4 long. But I used a die in my stash that cuts this little wavy line along it, and I've put that down just to give a bit of interest on that piece. I've taken one of the flower ephemeras because our little girl has flowers in her hair, and I've put that on there, and I've also got some foam tape behind that to add a little dimension. I'm going to pop that on the back, and what I'm going to do is stamp a sentiment here before I do that. So they're all the pieces that we need to make this card. Let's go ahead now and do some assembly. So now I want to add this piece down, and again I'm going to use my collal glue for that. And I just thought it would be nice to emboss this panel so that it adds a little bit of texture to our card base. And I thought it would look nice as we have the bigger circle with the heart on it. So now I want to try and center this, so about the same width from side to side and about the same from top to bottom. So something like that. It doesn't need to be perfect. After all, it's a handmade card. Lovely. Okay, so now I'm going to take our panel, our focal panel, and that's going to sit on here. Now, I was debating putting some pattern paper, etc. on this panel, but I think it's going to look nice just the way it is. So with the embossed circle on that there, I think that looks nice. So we'll take these off and we'll glue this panel down. Now, we only want to glue, I'm going to put this in the middle here. I'm going to make sure it's centered as best I can. And the thing about this embossing folder is I can see where my score line is here. So I can use this raised embossing area here as a guide. I don't want to come up any further than that. So I know I need to stay below this kind of line here. So you can use a pencil and make a mark or whatever you find is the easiest, but we don't want our glue to come past that score line because that's where our easel is going to fold. So once I have my glue on here, I can then sit that down on my card. I think that looks grand there, and it looks straight, at least as straight can be. Yeah, that's the great thing about the collal glue as well. It gives you a little chance to wiggle things around. So now I have that glued down. I want to add my heart, and I'm going to glue my heart straight down. I was going to lift that up, but we have some dimension on our little girl and our moon, and I think that'll be enough. So I'm going to add some of my collal glue now to the back of my heart. And I die cut this out in pattern paper, and then I die cut the heart out again in white cardstock, because I was just going to have the heart popping up, but I really felt it needed something behind it, so hence the reason why I put the embossed circle excuse me, behind my heart. So with the extra layer of white cardstock behind our heart, it just gives strength to this whole panel, which is going to pop up. And the collal glue will also do that. When the collal glue dries, it goes nice and rigid, and it's really strong, so it's great to use for card makes as well as 3D makes too. So now I'm happy with that, and I reckon that's stuck down well enough, and that will then pop up like so, and we can then have that sit up like that. I think that's lovely. Okay, so now we need to add our moon and our little girl. So I'll take the release paper off my foam tape, and these are strips of foam. They're a nice thin foam that I got on Amazon some time ago, but they're really handy for using if you're making a shaker card. So how do I want my moon? Do I want it like that or like this? Let's see. Let's put our little girl down and see. I don't think I want it like that. I think I want it more open. So I think I'll have it just like that. And then we'll put our little girl, and I have lots of little strips of the foam tape on the back of this just to give a bit of strength to her. And I like this foam tape as well because it will actually curve. See the way it's curved around there with the release paper on top, but then once you press down on it, it flattens down lovely. So I think we'll put her down here, about there. Just make sure she's straight. I don't want her tipped up or tipped back too much. So I'll pop her down there, add a little bit of pressure, and then we can put our little heart down. And I'm going to send this to a girl friend. So I think this will make a nice galentine card, because at the end of the day we can still send Valentines to friends and family. So I think I will send that to my friend. I love that. Isn't that so cute? Now, I really feel I want to embellish the card, so I think I'll use some of the peel-offs for that we got in the kit. I'll use some of maybe the hearts. Now, I was thinking white peel-offs, and I do have some white peel-offs in my stash. Here they are. I think some white peel-offs along the corners here might be nice. So I think I'll add those. I have a little bit of sticky on this, so I'll use my embossing buddy. And I have filled it with talcum powder. So it gets a little bit messy. So I think before we go any further, I might just put my little hearts on here. I think I go a little over the top with the white hearts, but I do like how it looks. Oh, I like that. I think I'll just move this little one here. Move it over there. So we've decorated that now, and I'm not going to put any on the back. And I think I'm just going to pop a little heart just up in here. Lovely, love that. And then we can add some of the red ones in around if we want, but I'm going to leave it at that for now regarding the hearts. So next I want to add my little piece to the inside. So I'm going to take off the release paper on my foam tape and then add that inside as my stopper. So I'm going to prop up my easel where I want it to sit, and I think about there would be nice. So I can pop that in there, and I want to make sure it looks straight. Yeah, I think that'll do. We'll commit to there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more of the little red hearts around here. So I'm going to take my quick grab glue and I'm going to use that to glue these down. So I think we'll put one there, and then just a couple of little ones beside it. I think 3 on this will be enough. I don't know if you can hear the wind that's blowing here today. Today is the 12th of January 2023, and we have gale force winds here where I live in Ireland. I live near the west coast of Ireland, and it's being hammered at the moment. But I don't mind, I'm inside and I'm nice and warm, which is always a good thing. Okay, so we have this now finished on the outside, and I love that. I think I will want to add maybe a couple of the red hearts around the perimeter of this, just so it'll pick up what's going on inside. And I'm just going to use the smaller little hearts. So we have one here, one there, and I think I'll put one here as well. Yeah, I like that now. What do you think? Yeah, I like that. So now we just need to embellish the back, and I have my panel here that I want to put on. So I'm going to glue that down using my Kalal glue. Now we have some sentiments that we got in the stamp set. You make me so happy, love you lots, I'm so thankful for you, it was always you and to the moon and back. But because I want to send this to a gal friend or girlfriend, I'm not going to put any stamp sentiment on there. What I'll do is I will print up a sentiment, and then what I might do is die cut it out using my heart dies and stick that on the back. So that's what I'm going to do for there. So you'll see that in the pictures at the end. In the meantime, I'm just going to add some Kalal glue. I'm going to put the pin in my quick grab glue so it doesn't dry out or get snotty, as it's called. And we'll add some glue to the back of this panel. And I've never sent a girlfriend a Valentine card before. Have you sent a crafty friend, or just a friend in general that wasn't a guy? Have you sent them a Valentine card? I think it's quite the modern thing now, but I love the idea of it because I have some crafty friends Do you know that we chat and the whole lot, and I thought it'd be nice actually to send one of them a card. So now to finish this off, I want to add a little bit of sparkle to my hearts. So I have a Wink of Stella. I had to stop and think what this was called, a Wink of Stella here. So I'll add a little bit to my heart. So now that is our circle frame easel card. And isn't it so cute? I love it. You make my heart smile. I have a lot of crafty friends that make my heart smile. And we have room then on the back to write our message. So that's it. For card number 9, we're nearly finished our 10 cards using the Love from Lizi January 2023 card kit. I hope you've enjoyed this card. If you have, you might give it a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing. And if you're not, please do click on the subscribe button and ding the bell. That way you'll be notified the next time I share a card. You can share your makes on the Love from Lizi Facebook group, and you can share them on the Blonde Cards and Crafts Facebook group as well. So that's it. Don't forget the measurements to the card is down below, as well as any links that you might need. So I'm going to leave it there, folks, and I'll see you again soon for card number 10. Until then, bye for now, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.